터져버린 눈물댐 어젯밤에는 나를 휩쓸고 갔지 어쩌기는 멀었지 해는 딱 오늘을 맞이하지 마 또 하루가 날 기다려 Ready 하고 sesame let's go 내 맘을 따라 I gotta run it run it run it run it on you 날 스쳐가는 questions 어젯밤의 꿈인걸 고민하지 말고 고개를 들어 It's another day Sun's up, what's up 확실한 건 good morning We don't need to think about another day 어제는 어제로 let go 내일은 내일 생각해놓고 Sun's up, what's up Baby what a good morning 길을 잃어버린 highway 표지판이 maybe 어디로 향하는지는 고민하네 태양이 빛나는 곳 that's my way 뛰지 않아도 right like cool 딱한 걸음이면 fine it's true can you feel it it's gonna be perfect day yeah 날 스쳐가는 questions 내일의 나를 믿고 고민하지 말고 고개를 들어 Sun's up, what's up 확실한 건 good morning We don't need to think about another day 어제는 어제로 let go 내일은 내일 생각해놓고 Sun's up, what's up Baby what a good morning 나나나나나 Baby what a good morning 나나나나나 Baby what a good morning 어젯밤 눈물 자국 지우고 걸썩 내게 말해 Hi babe 좋은 아침이야 오늘 하루만큼은 랄랄랄랄랄라 겁먹을 것 없어 baby 저 하늘을 봐 It's another day Sun's up, what's up 확실한 건 good morning We don't need to think about another day 어제는 어제로 let go 내일은 내일 생각해놓고 Sun's up, what's up Baby what a good morning Baby what a good morning Baby what a good morning
Evening and welcome back to Jerusalem, where things are almost at a point where we can think about founding the Empire of Outremer, but not quite. Actually, do I want to unpause immediately? I probably want to unpause. Oh, I'm apparently very quiet. Let me find some controls. Yes, I am quite quiet, aren't I? I prefer to adjust this one because that one, oh, if I can find it there, that one. Why? No, that's all the way up to 0 decibels. That's no good. Let's try this control instead then. How about that? Yeah, that looks good. Let me know if that's about the right volume, but I think it should be. I clearly need to sort out a better way of doing the sound on this, but... Excuse me. Where are we? Yes. Right. So Queen Elbira is 48 years old. She has a truce with the Najidids, who control these two counties, which will expire in about 2.5 years. She has a truce with the Byzantine Empire, which controls the... yeah, let's have another look. I mean, I think I'm at about the level I usually... No, I'm at about the level I usually aim for. I'm not adjusting that. I'll clip otherwise when I do anything noisy. Yes, she's got a truce with the Byzantine Empire, who control... Damn it, they do control something. who controlled this little bishopric here. She does not have a truce with this random wali here. Possibly she might just stomp that. I mean, it's kind of unnecessary. She can stomp it pretty much any time she likes. And I thought it was some other thing that she wanted to control, but maybe I'm confused and there aren't any other things left now. And I'm not sure she needs those holdings, which leaves me inclined to not do anything serious until the Najarids detruce themselves and just spend a little while letting time pass and doing things like building and maybe a little bit, though we need quite a lot of money to found the empire. So yeah, we're still building the next stage of Gethsemane and repairing Petra. So we do want to switch to switch back to primogeniture succession when we can. The only problem with that is it requires all of Elvira's direct count level or higher vassals to like her. Currently, Duchess Garafalia of Oman has a slightly negative opinion, but that -7 out of that -3 is because she's had her levies raised, so that will fix itself. The more serious problem is Duchess of Anthea of Jazeera, who is currently in the thing, I've forgotten the word, oubliette. Well, I suppose that's a good word to forget, isn't it? Awaiting her fate. So I am now wondering. It's going to be a while before we. I mean, actually, if we just like send her a gift, it costs quite a lot, and we only get 32 points from it. No, that's not much use. I mean, we might be able to let her out. No, she does not deserve to be let out of prison. She rebelled against us. Do I want? Oh, well, if I can get a general plus 25 feudal vassal opinion. So Chancellor Prince Nuno is doing a superb job. I'm having trouble with the town and a castle in Jerusalem, and I shall of course send my Chancellor Prince Nuno to try and increase the relation between them and us. But which one should I start with? So if that gives us general plus 25 feudal vassal opinion, presumably that means that most of our vassals now utterly love us, apart from Duchess of Anthea. So maybe we can like make her make her temporarily love us. Like we're only up to -30 now. If we send her an admittedly slightly embarrassingly large amount of money, she will briefly love us even though she's in the oubliette. And then we could quickly switch to primogeniture succession before anyone notices. Meanwhile, my grandson Gillen, is he like the first son of the first son? Yes, so he will eventually become, and he's a genius, will likely eventually become king of somewhere. He has a trusting and loving soul. Trusting everyone in the castle. I fear he will get hurt someday. Do we say he should be kind? I mean, I just like +5 vassal opinion. Kind. So yeah. So if I send her 84 gold, her opinion goes up by 32, which is enough that she would actually be willing to consent to to consent to the a switch to primogeniture succession. I'm just curious about what all the other buttons I've got are. I can banish her, but I think that's considered tyrannical, yes. I mean, we could, if we move her up a level, that doesn't actually change the opinion. And her opinion will go up in a bit, but that is surely a very short-lived. That expires in like just over a year, so Evanthea won't like me enough by then. So yeah, I think it feels a bit silly, but I think I should just possibly quite literally throw some money at Evanthea. Let's just be very careful and make sure that all of my other vassals are now happy. All of my other count level and higher direct vassals are happy. So that's Duchess of Anthea, whom we are about to fix. All of the other ones are above 0. Giving her 32 extra points will put her above 0. Which should now mean that these buttons become available, and so I can switch back to primogeniture succession. Bing! Right. Which means that Nuno is now heir to everything that Elvira holds, which is what we want. This has slightly pissed off all of our vassals. Right, well, that's an improvement. Thank you to my Chancellor for making everyone love me. Is there anything else I can do while everyone loves me? Well, mostly I could go to war because I've got like 50,000 troops at my disposal, but I don't really need 50,000 troops.
What is your remaining obstacle? I do have to get this green bit out.
That green bit there, and the fact that I have a truce with the Sultan of the Sultan Ramadan of the Najadid Sultanate, until November 1249, which is in 2 years' time. So unless he dies, yeah, people are envious of my bravery often. Oh yes, we also have there's another holding I forgot about, which might be relevant. It's the Knights Templar. Is that the Knights Templar? No. Yes. Because the Knights Templar have a castle in Acre that will need taking off them in due course. Let's run time at step... Oh no, we've got a dangerous faction. We should fix that. Possibly by arresting them all. They want to lower Crown authority, do they? That will be seen as tyrannical. Are any of them... She's not of any interest at all. He is not a member of any faction. Oh no, yes, he's not a member of any faction. He's a leader of a plot to murder someone. They're the only ones we can currently imprison. What's my spy master doing? Why is he not uncovering better plots? Well, let's see who's the strongest member of that faction. 6.4, 7.8, 5.4. Palmyra, who is there. Send my spy master to scheme in Palmyra. try to either stop that or discover a plot that means we can imprison him. Where are you currently? You're currently in Al Mafraq. I don't think we need Al Mafraq improved anymore, so you should also be working on them. Let's send you though to Outre Jourdain. I should pause while I'm organising this. Where are you proselytising anyway? Is it somewhere that needs proselytising? No. What are you doing there? That's no use. Go to Basra. Pretty much randomly. Those are just ordinarily orthodox places, aren't they? Partly because their county's orthodox. Well, we'll fix that when he grows up. Possibly we could offer to educate him to try to... Why are you still orthodox? Are you... You probably don't make very much money. Maybe we can bribe you into converting. Ooh, no, you do make quite a lot of money. I don't really want to spend that much on getting you to convert. Like your wife's the correct religion. Why can't you just convert to her religion? So he currently has plus 11. He has a 1 plus and 3 minuses. So that's going to need, it may not even work if we give him that slightly embarrassing amount of money. Well, let's work on this kid then. He's 6. Can we... No, he doesn't like us. Probably partly because of religious differences, and is thus somewhat unwilling. Do we get any change in that if we change who we're having educate him? Because she looks pretty terrible. Yeah, it does just depend on his base reluctance, on his opinion and a kind of base reluctance. She's the wrong religion as well. Do things change if we offer to educate her? Basically the same numbers. Is he rich? Will a gift work? 32, which would push him up high enough. Hang on, how much money was it? It's only 55 in this case. So... Yes, I think we might want to send him a gift so that we can then get him and his sister being educated in our court where they are likely to turn Catholic. I hope this works. It's going to be embarrassing if it turns out that wasn't quite enough. Oh, that's better. Right. So ideally, we want to find someone in our court who is both zealous and diligent. Well, I think she's looks quite decent. So we can propose that Count Focas will be educated by Margarita. And I think we should thus also propose... Oh no, we'll have to wait for him to reply to that. And then you can also ask her to educate Helen. Yeah, I don't really want to go after Lichnidos, thank you. Right, so these two, yes, so they are two children of the former Count of Urbid, whom I imprisoned because he revolted. So we can now at least try to get those two to be the right religion. This guy looks like being a bit more of a nuisance. But I don't think there's much I can do about him. So we could hold a feast. It's not a very expensive operation. And it's good for cheering up vassals. Yeah, I'm not doing too badly for money at the moment. No feast is complete without boar meat. Do I send out Marshal Ruprecht, who might get wounded and might gain 1 point of marshal? Yeah, go on. Right, you have improved Duke Morcar's opinion. Yes, how are those factions doing anyway? Let's not spend lavishly. So that faction is at 52% at the moment, and we have improved Morcar's opinion of me substantially. Scheming against this guy. Let's leave that a bit longer. Send out the invitations and hope some people turn up. Well, bishops aren't really much for loss. Slightly odd for her not to arrive. Aha, right, we can get him out of the faction. Well, if you think you can obligate him, he's got 20 diplomacy, mind. Let's try it. I'm not sure I've ever had this fail, so I'm kind of interested. Welcome to my feast. Oh no, that worked. Good. Prince Nuno, my son. Stop saying nasty things about the food. Oh, that was someone we were trying to cheer up for some reason. Oh, he's the Orthodox guy. Excellent, he's become my friend. Excellent, he'll probably convert to Catholicism then. Nuno not only complained about the food, he also didn't drink an adequate amount of wine. What are these Dispoletos coming to? Right, you would like to become Catholic, wouldn't you? Yes. Excellent. Right. Well, you'll probably then fix the religion in your county, just like this kid will probably eventually fix the religion in his county. Couple of one person building a city and one great big battle going on in Damascus. A troubadour and his wife, the Troborites, have arrived from Occitania. Their performances range from vulgar satires to political sirventes and everything in between, including songs and poems of courtly love. So I have the option, because I'm cynical, to lose 1 point of intrigue by becoming sullen, or I could not. I hope they don't dare write any satires about me. I can be Roth and gain 5 prestige. I can remember when they came last year, which will cheer up Duke Benaim of Palmyra. Or I can spend some money and gain the charitable trait. Like, I don't have any virtues at the moment. It seems kind of silly at the age of 49 to start collecting virtues. I think we'll remember them. They came here last year. What is going on here? So we've got Wagadu. Thank you. Fighting. Oh, I seem to have lost my spy master. Fighting Saravan. We have that county, or at least someone connected with that county, fighting someone connected with that county or thereabouts. In the middle of the Middle East, which I mean is at least about halfway between them. But what on earth are they at war over? Oh, right, it's part of the jihad for Egypt, apparently. Oh, right, yes, all of West Africa's gone Catholic. While I wasn't looking, Ghana and Mali are both Catholic. We've squeezed, or rather, presumably this is conversions in the face of force of arms from the Kingdom of Africa. They've squeezed the African pagan religions down to a tiny but smallish patch in the middle. Though there are apparently some Muslims in Africa again. I think we've driven Islam out of Africa entirely for a while. Some there as well. In Wag. Someone just murdered my spy master. Nuisances. Well, let's try to recruit a good one, because we don't seem to have any good ones lying around. Well, Hadon's spy master looks pretty good. And hates his liege, which I mean seems dangerous to appoint someone as a spy master in that case. Unpause. Things will happen faster if I unpause. Oh dear, let's deal with that. The lower Crown Authority faction is now weak enough not to be a problem. Nip over to Africa and study their technology for a bit. Oh, right, yes, have a daughter. Well, he'll probably have a daughter soon enough. He doesn't very much like me, but he'll do. Oh yes, we should deal with that revolt, shouldn't we? It would be polite. Thank you. I should probably withdraw you from there because we probably don't need that done anymore. So whose opinion of us do we need to improve? I really don't know. Her opinion's gone down again. Oh yes, she got upset because I changed the succession law, because she let me. Well, I think we should send our... Where is she? Where's her capital anyway? Yes, I think we should send our Chancellor to cheer up Duchess What's-Her-Face the Sleepy. Duchess Garehill the Sleepy, my aunt. Right, that seems like a big enough army to squish them. Oh, Elvira the Confessor. That's odd. I mean, I've got adequate amount of piety, but not that much. My grandson Gillen makes sure everyone gets exactly the same amount of whatever sweets the cook gives the children. Oh, goods, he can be just as well. Justice Devanthia, from her oubliette, has managed to form an alliance. The kid's going to be quite a good ruler. I wonder if I can find a use for him. Excellent, more tech points. Yeah, that's not an interesting truce to expire either. Oh, nice one. Basra is no longer Sunny, head next door then. We are kind of here in the middle of this jihad that keeps stomping across our territory. Oh, Gethsemane stage 4 is finished. Finally have a complete garden. The vineyard is rumoured to be the best in the realm for almost a century. Is it actually almost a century? Yes, it is. The garden has eased the burden of everyday life for countless people. So I could build some more add-ons for it. Sadly, I don't think because I'm lacking the right DLC, I don't think my player character can ever become a mystic and hence build the Fountain of Youth. But I don't think we can actually afford that because we need the money to found kingdoms and empires. Well, kingdoms anyway. Imprison Prince Alaric, I wonder why. It's probably a good idea. I mean, it's slightly weird that I'm not involved in this jihad. Though, to be fair, King Leopold is about to win anyway. Oh, I wonder if I can get the Crusader trait from it. Maybe, given that it looks like he's going to win anyway, I should join the war on the winning side. And because I think it's meant to be the case that under some circumstances I can get the Crusader trait by joining in the defence against the jihad. But it hasn't worked before, but that was before Crusades were unlocked. So maybe being on the defending side now I can. Of course, that means that a bunch of these armies that are standing around in my territory are now actually enemy armies. Maybe I want slightly more armies than that, but we can pick up some along the way. I think officially this is a defensive war, so slow time down by a notch. Oh, we have a new Duke of Palmyra, Duke Gebre of Palmyra. He seems reasonably happy with us. Our knowledge of tolerance in Damascus has increased. Wow, the supply limit in that county's huge. Right, let's make sure we have some half-decent commanders. Yeah, that should be a good battle, and then we can see if we actually get a Crusader trait for it. Princess Jimena of Jerusalem, my daughter, has come of age apparently. Only became a skilled tactician, and it's not like she's going to inherit anything anymore. Oh, I didn't end up in charge of that. Well, I lost a commander. That's embarrassing. Well, I'll point one once the battle's over. This campaign has been easy pickings. It's not really a campaign yet. Swinging my sword over the plains is a pleasure, and my fellow soldiers are equally jovial, surrounded by the blood of our Bedouin enemies and the cries of battle. Look, enemy commander Fahad is hiding, someone suddenly shouts, pointing off into the distance. So how much am I itching for a fight? 10 points. Well, okay, not quite 10 points higher than him. Go on. Oh dear. Just as I bash my illustrious Crusader Warhammer down hard across his body, Fahad manages to bash his spear into the side of my body. Dizzy, I collapse into the mud. That ogre of a man won this one. Where did I go wrong? Badly bruised and wounded, but he's also wounded. Okay, that doesn't seem to have caused me to become a Crusader. And that we're definitely in the Dejure Kingdom of Egypt. So it's not like there's any other place where we need to go. I'm just going to declare that the wiki is lying about this. Oh well, let us stomp around in Africa some more. Oh, and appoint a new commander. Anyone good around? Nuno's not bad. Go on, let's get him some experience. Oh, he's also my Chancellor, so we can't actually... would have to take him off his current job. Well, that's fine. Let's give Nuno some battlefield experience. Sometimes when I see my soldiers practicing their swordsmanship in their training grounds, the face of Fahad flashes before my mind's eye and I relive the duel we fought. It sends my heart racing, how I failed to defend my honour. Some days the shame is overwhelming. Do I...
Gains the trait PTSD.
Yeah, oh yes, not in this case, but... Am I fueled by rage for an extra +5 personal combat skill and some health and we become rivals? Or do I say that the feelings shall pass and I lose 15 prestige? I'll make him pay for this in time. my wound has healed at least, so I was already scarred. Yeah, these battles aren't worth very much war score. So he's not part of that. Oh, Bishop Basileus Innocentius of Africa has set up Pope Lazaros as an anti-pope, named Pope Clemens II. That's nice. Pope in Ravenna.
Well, good job you didn't manage to set up an anti-pope. Well, now you'd have to have some sort of three-coloured quantum popodynamics.
Yes, we would indeed need some three-coloured quantum popodynamics. So, like, who am I actually at war with at the moment? Right, they're rather a long way away. I'm not actually at war with this guy, am I? No. This is not actually a marzipanate, but it's pretty close. So yes, I would need to head over to the other side of my kingdom in order to actually find any of their territory to stomp. I suppose if we want to do that, the way to do it is probably to get on a ship. May require a little bit of hunting around for some ships. So I do need 210 ships for this job. It's not enough. That's enough. Yep, improve relations with castle vassals again if you want to. Well, if you're actually going to be like coming ashore somewhere near here, maybe I'll just stay on the land for a little while. Work out where your at most 1,800 troops are going. Okay, they're not. Duke Alarico of Ascalon is known as the ill ruler. Oh, damn it, I need you lot back in. Well, okay. Actually, if you're going... does Sinai have a decent supply limit? It does. If you're going to Sinai, let's just bounce the ships to Sinai as well. Quicker than making you march back again. except that those ones didn't move. Looks like a good place to have some troops. So that's a kingdom we're at war with. We can even arrive there by land by crossing the straits from that lot don't seem to be interested in my armies, so how about we come ashore there instead? Okay, there are quite a lot of troops out on that side. Well, this should be fun. Oh, hello. Oh, I don't like the supply limit there. Well, let's very rapidly move into a county that has a sensible supply limit. Yes, we only have 17 days left of our truce with the Najidids, but we're in the middle of a different war at the moment. Bet he isn't worth any war score though. No. The Basque Harridan Elbira. May Allah destroy your house. I accept paying your ransom for the safe return. Is one of us at least an organiser? Not we want to stick an organiser in. Oh, we have a new count of ties. The previous count of ties didn't much like me. The new one seems very much in my favour. That's nice. Hello, new 9-year-old count of ties. There was a great big army here a moment ago. Also, the supply limits here are terrible. I should split this army in half. And send half of them by a different route just so that they don't all die of starvation. Also maybe so that we can find the enemy army. And why are you guys... Now we have some revolting peasants in Muscat. Now I don't want to usurp the Kingdom of Assyria. What? The supply limit's 4,000? What? That's terrible. But we'll split the army in half again then. No, you lot stay here. You lot with the good commanders keep going and get into a fight. We should win that fight. It might be... there are that lot about to arrive there though. Maybe we won't win that fight if we go that way. What's the supply limit there? Only 10,000. Okay, I've brought too many troops to this battle.
You brought an army to a bar fight.
Yeah, something like that. So the problem is that lot are going to arrive in Kerman, and that will be unfortunate. I think we want to be like trying to surround them. There are now 30,000 troops there. I've trumped everyone and I'm the best queen ever. Lose ambitious, sadly, which is quite useful because unfortunately there isn't much more to do.
Isn't this some anybody?
Yes, yes, shush.
I mean, she may not have ambitions, but you do.
Her ambition is to get better stewardship. Right, so I have a bit of a problem here, which is that the enemy has actually managed to organise itself into a decent-sized army. I mean, we're at 96% war score. Possibly my remedy here is to bugger off home. Right, that's a much safer place to be. But I didn't actually mean by that route. Let's go through some convenient coastal neutral territory. No. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that one has an even lower supply limit. It's utter mess. Okay, you're revoking Jaffa apparently. Oh, I've lost my marshal. And he was 60, but still. Well, is there anything I need from my marshal? I don't think there is. I've got... Oh, I seem to be short a siege leader, actually. There are no good siege leaders out there. Well, let's get a bad siege leader then. I mean, I won't appoint him as marshal. I'll appoint Reinhold as marshal. That lot are moving away. I think we have a quick battle here we could win. If we just nip in there and send that lot in there as well. And that lot probably won't be able to get back in time. Do you seem to have a surplus of organisers? You lot can head in there too. I mean, well, then we'll be out of supply because that place probably has a terrible, terrible supply limit. But we can all run away again after the battle. I can't yet appoint you as a commander because first I need to appoint a new marshal. Then I need to appoint that guy as a chancellor, as a commander. I could have sworn I heard the enemy commander Zand barking orders, but as I search the mountains, he is nowhere to be found. A fellow soldier finally informs me that he has been spotted cowering in the far back behind a fallen tree, and most disgracefully behind his troops. Yes, I have been itching for a fight. I'm chasing Zand through the mountains when McConnon shoves me aside, barking, "I'll take this one, my lady." Is he one of my commanders? Yes. Vigorously swinging his bastard sword. "My, oh my, how chivalrous." Which I don't... Yes. All right, we have a 100% war score anyway. We don't need to win this battle. Yes. Right, everyone, oops, run away from that county before you die of not having enough... It looks like we may actually not be able to run away before we end up in another battle. Okay, well... I can't. The King of Africa can. There we go. Allah, it seems, does not favour the Muslim faithful. After a string of defeats and setbacks, Caliph Camby's has called off the jihad for Egypt against King Leopold of Africa. Yes. We seem to be suffering from camp fever in our place. Duke Alarico of Ascalon has formed an alliance with Duke Andronicus of Aleppo. Well, that's fine if you want to do that. Peasants have revolted in Mosul. Right. Oh, a visitor to my court has told me that in Kuma, in the Duchy of Albania, he heard rumours that a rich merchant has acquired an unheard of architecture book by the famous Roman architect Rabirius. So, do I send Balk Janosescu, my steward, or Eleidora Parsekutanos? The problem is, I think if I send my steward, who looks like a more sensible person to send in general, I may need a new steward. But go on. You got anyone good lying around? Not really. My husband's all right. But this guy looks much better. No, the Count of Almafraq is my friend now. I don't want to imprison him. He might not last very long. Still, for now, he can be useful. You have a new Duchess of Samara. Cool, she likes me. Is she... She's pleased by the succession law change, but she's not, going to inherit anything as a result of it. Maybe she expects she can murder her big brother or something.
I suppose it's possible she might think it's fair on principle. I sometimes approve of laws that don't benefit me.
So, Prince Alarich. All right, she's my granddaughter by way of Ansa, yes, of Samara, who was my second daughter. So, she would have to murder Nuno at the very least, and I think his son as well, in order to end up in the line of succession. Right. I think that means we're not at war with anyone and could declare war on the Najidids.
I got distracted there looking up who Rabirius was. I thought I vaguely recognised the name. It turns out he was indeed a famous architect in the 1st or 2nd century, but the reason I recognise the name is there was a Roman of the same name who was defended in a legal case by Cicero, appeared in a novel I've read. So
Right, I should actually send this declaration of war, holy war, for the food. He has a decent number of troops. We have just slightly flattened ours. Okay, and apparently I can't raise anywhere useful. How exciting. That's enough to begin besieging things, I think. And then the question is, do I bring in lots from up country? I think I probably have to. Now I can't raise any ships. I'll have to come all the way up from Zabid. If I'm lucky, yes. I think I may have accidentally raised some ships I didn't mean to. Oh, well, let's head down there and have a look. Oh no, that lot are of course, that's the ships that I'm planning to put this lot onto so that we can move them around a bit. What's the supply limit there anyway? Oh, it's adequate. Empress Mencia of Italia, who I think I currently have imprisoned. Yes. Some strange. So yes, she's not my direct vassal, which is why she wasn't a problem for inheritance law changing purposes. Let's put that lot onto a ship and send them up here somewhere. There's more cute. Meanwhile, how are we doing here? We're still getting that lot into place. No, could not obtain the architecture book. Not sure it really exists. Sadly, you have been replaced as my steward. I suspect your replacement won't last very long. Let's make sure we have a siege leader here, since there is a siege going on.
One troop.
That's one fleet. That's a ship, not just one troop. I can't stop thinking of all those prisoners in my dungeon. They're at my complete mercy. What a thrill it would be to hurt them, to hear the sweet screams, to see the panic in their eyes. I mean, there are many people in my dungeon I would be prone to torturing, like those vassals who have rebelled against me. I'm not really sure some random guy who's only there because no one will pay his ransom.
I mean, if torturing him would make someone else more likely to pay, then you could see there would be a motive. But
Like, I don't think this is a helpful situation. Resist my foul impulses for now. Until it's Duchess of Anthea. Then I might change my mind. Anyway, well, yeah, we can afford more troops in there. It goes better if you unpause. Oh, am I lacking a commander still? Recruit another one. I don't have a seneschal, we should fix that. Damascus now has better siege equipment. I'm not sure this is particularly useful. Oh dear, my newly acquired steward has been wounded by peasants. Since he's 80 years old, this may not end well for him. What, have I still got a commander slot free? I apparently have, yes. Are my commanders dropping like flies, or am I just not paying adequate attention? Well, that was a big chunk of war score. Oh, someone is joining the war on the other side. That's a bit rude. He looks like a decent person to have in my court. Now, of course, I'm not going to press your claims, whatever they are. She may as well go to their capital. Actually, may as well go to their capital in a boat. Right, since I'm not needed down here. Who's Berthold von Pommern and why do I care? I have no idea. How's our religion situation going anyway? Still fairly meh. Fear we might have a revolt on our hands. Well, let's send my marshal over there to suppress it then. We'll have to stop him leading troops first. There we go. Okay, I'm sure you have a good reason for wanting him. I can't remember any reason why I would want him. Munio Zenones has died. I mean, he was mostly good for his palindromic patronymic, but oh well. Oh, they've actually found an army. Well, I'd better get myself at the head of that one then. That's apparently as balanced as it gets. Well, we'll see. It's in plains, so he should be okay. Switch to a more sensible view. What's that? That's nice. A random non-aggression pact expiring. Well, I mean, thank you for not sending the other half of your army in to help. That certainly makes it quicker. Yes, they'll have an advantage from being in the mountains. We outnumber them 10 to 1. It's not going to be a problem. The rainy weather is getting to me. Turning to the sky, I take a deep breath. The pompous soldiers of the Sultan Ramadan have been sending their best at me, and my limbs are becoming heavier with every step I take. So I can get a black eye. I accept any injury if it protects Jerusalem. Or I think I will rest behind this dried up tree trunk for a moment. We've seen the other side of this event. No, I'm not losing brave. Yes. Let's get back down to their capital and besiege it. My lady, Margarita, emerges from a gathering of courtiers. This is the Margarita whom I'm using to teach my various vassals to be Christian, to be Catholic. Oh, she has successfully taught them to be Catholic. Excellent. Well done, Margarita. Right, you deserve a good name then, because you have helped me. You will be Margarita the Festive. Margarita the Festive, sorry. I try to breathe deeply, but catching my breath in the freezing weather is difficult. Look, it's the Queen herself, someone shouts. I turn, only to find myself overrun by a dozen of Sultan Ramadan's haphazard soldiers. Oh dear. I have been maimed and severely injured in this battle. Possibly I should not be leading troops now. Let's turn off the leading troops button. And carry on besieging the enemy's capital. I don't think this siege is going to take very long. And now one of our jobs is to make sure their troops don't get back in and take back any of that territory down there. Let's assault their capital just for as an insult. I didn't think my steward was going to last very long. He died of an infected wound caused by collecting taxes too enthusiastically. Well, my former steward, who has come back from failing to find a book, can go and collect some taxes in his stead. I think I didn't actually cause him to collect taxes. I think I clicked on the wrong thing. Let's try that again. That's better. This city is actually slightly more of a challenge than the capital castle was, but not that much of a challenge. Actually, maybe I should. If I go there, will I get there in time? No. Okay. May as well continue besieging things. Don't really want to fight them in the mountains. Let's see where they go next. Yes, everyone's fabricating claims. No, but what we can do is try to meet that lot in Khuzestan before they can get on the ship. You need to wait for them to become movement locked first, because there are so many of us that we would scare them if we actually moved while they could stop. Then we want to ensure that we have an organizer. And head down there and give them a good thrashing. They're trying to run away, but it's too late. Truce with the Byzantine Empire is about to expire. Excellent. Oops, didn't mean to close that. Now run away before we all die of starvation. Yeah, one of our holdings is under siege. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Oh look, you've raised a tiny army. Bye bye, tiny army. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the bishops. They're being bishops. Oh, Duke Alarico has usurped the county of Jaffa. That's nice. Doesn't really make much difference to me. We have better knowledge of majesty. Excellent. Well, I've got quite a lot of culture points available here. Indeed, shouldn't. No, I haven't got quite enough culture points to get another pip of tolerance. I do like noble customs, though. Go on, let's have some more noble customs. Right, we should hit 100% war score very shortly. There we are. Sadly, that new decision is not found the Empire of Outremer, so I think officially we still don't completely control the Near East. So we do need to do those last few wars, but I don't think I should do them now because it is past midnight.
Yes.
So I will get this army home. I know what to do with this territory though. We've got these two counties, but de jure they're part of the Duchy of Nafud, so we should just grant them to this guy. There we go. He now has a great big lump of territory. Duchy of Nafud spans, yes, quite a large area now, which is possibly not wise on my part, but there we go. Right, so that's that war finished. I'm back under my domain limit. My stewardship has gone down because something, I can't quite remember what. My personal combat skill is terrible because I am maimed and severely injured and quite old and depressed. But I'm like 3 holdings away, I think, from founding the Empire of Outremer, and not in I don't have a truce with any of the people who currently hold them.
Which holdings are they?
So, Simon asks, which holdings are they? There is a church in Al-Qaim, which is held by the Byzantine Empire.
Oh, I didn't realise there were things inside counties of yours that weren't.
Yes. There is the castle of Athlith in Acre, which is held by the Knights Templar. And there is the Wali of of Amirli in Samara, which is held by the independent Wali of Amirli. And I think those are the only holdings in any of my counties that I don't control. And I think I control all of the necessary counties. So it is just a case of those 3, which can probably be done in parallel.
I was going to wonder that, yes.
Because like 2 of them are feeble and one of them's the Byzantine Empire, which is sometimes feeble. How feeble is the Byzantine Empire this week? Yeah, adequately feeble. Plus they're very short of money. Because for some reason they're in war with King Leopold the Glorious of Africa. So yes, I think that Queen Elvira the Confessor will be polishing them off fairly quickly, but not tonight. So
Or possibly her heir if she succumbs to her wounds.
it's possible, yes.
You have a worthwhile heir.
Yes, there are. That is -4 health from those two,
Seems like a good moment to make sure.
and -1 health for the for being depressed. But Prince Nuno will do perfectly well. 20 diplomacy, 20 martial. Okay, his wife seems to be the one with the magical diplomacy. Seems to have diplomacy rather than stewardship, as would have been slightly more helpful. But yes, I think Nuno will do a perfectly good job if Elvira does not survive long enough. So save and quit, and say good night to everyone on the stream. Good night.